All right, so let's come to a tall seat. We'll get started. Close our eyes, wiggle out in the seat, find a comfortable position. And I want you to just begin to slow down your breath. Don't worry too much yet about your seat. Wiggle around as much as you need, starting to get comfortable. But feel that breath coming and going a little bit slower each time. Take your time to draw the breath in, filling the body gently. Take your time to release the breath as you feel the body emptying. And just keep on going a few more rounds. Steadily breathing, taking your time. And as you begin to become more settled in your seat, I want you to send the breath down into your hips, allowing them to open, feeling the release. Feel the tailbone pressing firmly down into the floor to support you. Maybe becoming a little extra heavy in the tailbone for a moment, creating that deep connection. Feel the navel drawing in gently. We're not really working the core today necessarily, but we don't want it to be loose either. You want to feel supported. You want to feel strong. You want to feel stable. And the next time that you inhale, I want you to lift up through your spine, extending through the crown of your head. On the exhale, sink into your seat a little bit deeper. You can even cave in a little, slouch a little. Don't feel too bad about that. Just really sink into the ground. And then again, a big inhale. Lifting up, extending. And exhaling, sinking into the ground. Again, it's okay to slouch a little bit here. Then again, a big inhale all the way up, lifting the body. And exhaling, sinking into the ground. Once again, it's okay to slouch a bit as you ground as deep as possible. And then on this next inhale, bring that torso up as high as you can. And this time, maintain that height as you exhale. Relax just the shoulders all the way down, staying grounded. And just take a few more deep breaths here. If you need to make any little adjustments to find that balance, to come to center, feel free to do so. On an inhale, you'll bring your arms all the way up to the sky. Once they're there, take them together at the top and exhale them down to your heart. From here, inhale them together back up to the sky. And exhale all the way back down to the ground. Keep that breath slow and steady. And then again, a big inhale all the way out to the side and up. And exhale down to your heart. Inhale back up to the sky, keeping them together. And exhale down to the sides. And then again, big inhale, rising all the way up. Exhale, taking them down to the heart together. Inhale, rise up together. And exhale back down alongside of you. Keeping one hand on the ground, let's inhale the other arm up and over. Let's take a moment to reach through that arm, opening through the ribs, getting those first big stretches. As you inhale, return to center, taking that hand all the way to the ground. Find your center, and when you're ready on an inhale, lift the opposite arm up and over. And again, take a moment to breathe into that side of your body, opening up. And on an inhale, come back to center, both hands to the ground. From here, slide the hands behind you, palms on the ground. You're going to press into your palms, open your belly, your chest, your throat, squeeze the shoulders back as you look gently up to the ceiling. Breathe into the front of the body, filling the belly, the ribs, the chest. Maybe even press the hips forward a little bit, really extending through the front. On inhale, begin to return to center and bring your arms up to the sky. Let's lace our fingers together at the top and turn those palms up. Holding for a moment, stretching through the palms, stretching the fingers, lifting through your ribs. Bringing the arms out in front of you now. On exhale, pull the belly in. Separate those shoulder blades and send the breath between them. And then inhaling all the way back up. Separate your hands and let's exhale. Gently fold forward as you walk your hands away from you, relaxing to gravity, sending that breath through the body. And if you'd like to wiggle around, you don't need to be stiff here. Get yourself down as deep as you can go. And then as you inhale, rise all the way back up to your tall seat. And let's take the legs and cross them the opposite way. Once again, I'm going to find that center, find that balance. Take a moment to slow down the breath. Feel it steadily flowing in and out. The body gently stretching with the inhale and settling with the exhale. On your next inhale, you'll bring the arms up to the sky. On the exhale, we twist opposite hand to knee, back arm supporting you, and let's just hold for a moment. I want you to really guide yourself into your twist this morning. Every inhale, maybe release a tiny bit. Every exhale, pull yourself around gently, don't yank. And just do that a few times, inhaling, releasing a little, exhaling, going deeper and deeper. And on an inhale, you'll come back to center, reaching as tall as you can up to the sky. And then exhale over to the other side. And again, we hold. Deep breathing as we guide ourselves into the twist. Inhaling, you release a tiny bit. Exhaling, you twist even deeper. And then returning to center on an inhale, bringing the arms up to the sky. Exhale the hands back down behind you once more, placing the palms on the floor, fingers facing forward. And again, we're going to lean back a little bit as we open the belly and the chest forward, press the hips forward, squeeze the shoulders back, and open the throat. I really want you to focus on squeezing the shoulders back. Pull your shoulder blades together as much as possible here. As you inhale, return to center and bring the arms out to the sides. On the exhale, you're going to cross the arms around your body, walking the fingers back to the shoulders. Once they're there as far as you can, the shoulders separated as much as possible. Tilt your chin down to your chest and take a few breaths. Returning to center, inhale, the arms open wide once more. And then exhale, cross with the opposite arm on top. And again, walk those hands back to the shoulders as much as possible so the shoulders separate. And then tilt your chin down and take a few deep breaths. Returning to center, inhale, those arms open wide and up to the sky. And then on exhale, we're going to fold forward as we walk the hands away. Relax to gravity. And again, don't feel like you need to be stiff here. You can wiggle and move. Get yourself into that pose. Feel the stretch as you sink down. As you inhale, you're going to walk yourself back up to your tall seat. And then you're going to come to Baddha Konasana with the soles of the feet together. So again, wiggle out as much as you need. Take your time. Get those hips nice and open. Good. Here, I want you to take the shoulders, roll them up to the ears, back down the spine, and then keep them back and down. Once they're there, let's take the head and roll it in a great big circle in one direction a couple of times. And keeping the neck long while you do this. Don't let it just flop around. You're staying in control, actively stretching as you circle. When you feel ready, you can change your direction. Again, big circles, taking your time. Long neck, staying in control, actively stretching. Good, and then coming back to center, I'm going to sit up tall. Take those legs, and I actually want you to move them away from you a little bit. So create a bigger diamond with those legs. Feel the hips opening a little deeper now. It should be a little bit easier to get them down, a bit more comfortable. Hands can come down to the ankles and lean forward to reach. So we're not curving the back. We're strong and tall, leaning forward, placing the hands down where you can reach. If they don't quite reach the ankles, place them on the ground. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale with a flat back, just bend those elbows. See if you go a little bit deeper. Then inhale, lift back up. And then again, exhale, bend the elbows. See if you go a little bit deeper. Inhale, lift back up, and keep on going at your own pace a few more times. Trying to get those hips to gently widen and open. Good. On this next one, as you exhale, you're going to sink down as far as you can. Then relax the head, neck, and shoulders. And we're just going to hold for a few deep breaths. As you inhale, gently lift all the way back up. Good. And let's bring those knees together. I want you to give them a hug in. And then extending that left leg out in front of you. Bring the right knee in a little bit tighter. Reach down, grab onto the heel. And let's come to a nice rock the baby. So leg is parallel with you. Gently rocking side to side. Only lifting it as high as you're comfortable. Good. From here, you're going to bring that leg over to the other side. Sitting up tall. Grab on with your left arm and take your right arm behind you. Let's come to a closed twist. As you draw yourself towards the thigh towards you, looking over that back shoulder. We're coming back to center. Taking the right arm to the inner thigh, left arm behind you. Press yourself into an open twist, pressing away from that thigh, looking over the back shoulder once more. Deep breathing. Good, returning to center now. I want you to let that leg fall open. And if you can, get it right above your knee and lean back a little bit. So you're going to put some weight into your hands, leaning back. Then what you're going to do is slide that left leg in so that the leg is crossed only until you're comfortable. You want to start feeling a little pull in the back of that right hip, in the outer hip as well. And then once it's there, just take your chin and try to bring it towards the chest and the head towards the leg. You might not go very far, and that's okay. It's just getting that motion. Good. From here, sitting up, lengthen that left leg back away from you. And you're going to take the right leg, bring it into another gentle rock the baby, opening up through that hip. Good. And then we're going to switch sides. So taking that right leg out, take that left leg, bring the knee in first and give it a great big hug. From here, you're going to reach down, grab onto the heel, and gently bring it parallel with your body to come to rock the baby. Take your time. Good. Once you feel good here, you're going to bring that leg all the way over. And again, sit up nice and tall. Make any adjustments that you need. Let's grab on with that right arm. Left arm comes behind you. And you're going to pull yourself into that thigh, thigh into you, as you come into that closed twist, looking over that back shoulder. Deep breathing. And then coming back to center. You're going to take the left arm to the inner thigh, the right arm behind you. Press yourself away and into an open twist, looking over that back shoulder, steady breathing. And returning to center. I want you to let that knee fall open. If you can, bring your ankle right above that knee. From here, you're going to sit back a little bit, leaning into those hands. And then begin to draw that right foot towards you as much as you're comfortable until you start feeling that stretch in that left hip. Once you're there, once you feel good, push yourself forward a tiny bit towards the leg. Bring the chin towards the chest and the forehead towards the leg. And again, you might not go far, and that's fine. But just do what you can and take advantage of the stretch. Good. Let's release now, sitting up, extending that leg out. And let's come to another gentle rock the baby. Good. And this time we're going to take both legs, extend them out into a wide-legged straddle. Good. So once you're there, sitting up tall, let's take the feet and point and flex a couple of times, just starting to release any tension in those ankles. You can feel the calves and the shins stretching as well. Good, and let's rotate now. Rotating the ankles in big circles in one direction. If you'd like to, also do your wrists. And then go the other way whenever you feel ready. Good, and then coming to center. Flex those feet, sit up tall. We're going to take our hands down to the ground in front of us. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, begin to walk away from your body as far as you can. And then just relax to gravity. And we're just going to take a few breaths here. And again, I don't want you to be stiff. So if you need to wiggle, if you need to inhale, lift, exhale, sink, feel free. Do whatever feels good to you right now to start getting that stretch in. Start gently moving and waking up the body. Getting rid of any kinks from overnight. Good. And then from here, walking up gently. Bring those legs in and give them a great big hug once more. From here, let's come onto our hands and knees into a tabletop position. Let's take a moment to make sure that the wrists come beneath the shoulders, knees come beneath your hips. Lengthen through your spine, strengthening through your core. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, lift the spine, tucking under your tailbone and chin, coming to cat pose. As you inhale, open belly, chest, and tailbone coming to cow. Again, the exhale will bring you to cat pose. Take your time with the breath and the motion. And then inhale, opening to cow. Again, taking your time with both breath and motion. Just go a few more times through cat-cow at your own pace, getting a good stretch through the spine, connecting with your body, and being conscious of each breath and each movement that you take. On your next exhale, come to cat and then push your hips all the way back and down into your child's pose. In this child's pose, I want you to wiggle out a little bit. So wiggle out into those hips, sinking them down. Wiggle the body against your thighs. Wiggle out those shoulders. Maybe wiggle out the head a little. Good. And as you inhale, return back to your flat back table. And then lower yourself all the way down to the ground. Once you're there, tops of the feet on the mat, heels together, hands by the chest beneath the shoulders. On inhale, you're going to roll your shoulders back and down, and let's come to your cobra, any height that feels good to you. Good. As you exhale, lower to the floor. Make a pillow with your hands. Turn your right cheek onto the mat and just wiggle out the hips, taking a few breaths into the lower back and into the belly. And then returning to center, take your hands back by the chest, underneath the shoulders. And inhale, roll the shoulders back and down, coming to whatever level of cobra works for you. And then exhaling back to the floor, make a pillow with your hands. Place your left cheek down, and again, wiggle out, deep breathing into your belly. Good, and then coming to center once more, hands by the chest, underneath the shoulders. Roll those shoulders back and down and come to your final cobra for a few deep breaths. Whatever feels good to you. and then releasing down to the ground. I want you to lift up to your flat back table. Take those knees and separate them as wide as possible. And then sit back for a wide-legged child's pose. And again, you can wiggle into those hips here. Wiggle out the head, let it come to the ground, whatever feels good to you. When you're ready, return to your flat back table. Bring the knees together. Tuck under your toes. And you're going to gently sit back on the heels as much as you're comfortable. You can keep weight in those hands. Or if you want to, come all the way back. That's completely up to you and how you're feeling. Just get a good stretch to the bottoms of those feet, into the ankles, into the calves. Maybe you want to roll the shoulders or roll the neck again a few times, whatever is calling to you right now. From here, you're going to gently lean forward, untuck your toes, and sit on the tops of the feet. Again, you can leave weight in the ground on your hands, or you can sit all the way back, depending on how your knees are feeling. And while you're here, whether you have weight in your hands or not, I want you to just wiggle a little bit side to side on those shins. Get a little massage on the fronts of those legs against the ground. You can do that sitting all the way back or even leaning forward. You can still rock side to side. Good. Then you're going to gently lift up onto those knees. Take your hands to your lower back, pull your shoulders back, and just take a tiny little back bend here as you look to the sky. Thighs are strong. Good. And then gently returning to center. Let's fold forward once more, and we're going to come to child's pose. In this child's pose, really extend your arms out, maybe lift up onto your fingertips even, and let your head fall between those arms to get a little shoulder stretch. Good. Let's come to our flat back table once more. And then you're just going to roll over to one hip and sit down. Once you're there, you can bring your knees in towards your chest. Give them a hug. And then tilting your chin down to your chest, you're going to slowly lower one vertebrae at a time all the way down to your mat. Once you're there, walk your feet a little bit closer to your body, but not too close. Feet are flat on the floor together, knees are together. Open your arms out to the sides, and let's let your knees fall to the right and look to the left in a gentle twist. Returning to center when you feel ready. And then letting the knees fall over to the left and looking to the right, back into a gentle twist. And returning to center once more, you can bring your knees into your chest, give them a hug, and let's gently rock side to side a few times, massaging the back against the ground. Good, returning to center. You're going to take your feet to the floor, separate them as wide as your mat, and then do some windshield wipers as you let your knees fall side to side. And then taking a big full body stretch, extend the arms and legs far away from each other. And again, if you want to, you can rotate wrists and ankles. You can pull one arm and then the other, whatever feels good to you. And if you have any other stretches that your body's calling for right now, feel free to take them before getting ready for your Shavasana. Just take a few moments now to prepare your body, getting comfortable on the ground, closing your eyes. And as we begin to enter our Shavasana, I invite you to connect with your breath and with your body. Feel the way the breath moves through you, slow and steady, reaching to every muscle, to every joint, to every cell. Everything stretching a little bit on that inhale, everything releasing on the exhale. The breath provides life for the body, oxygen for the cells to work, giving us the ability to move, to stretch, to enjoy each moment of life. So take now the time to appreciate your breath and the life that it gives you. Take time to honor your body, to give it the rest that it needs, to allow you to move, to allow you to be active, to allow you to enjoy each and every moment. Slowly, you can bring your awareness back into the space, back into your breath, back into your body. Begin to wiggle fingers and toes, hands and feet, arms and legs. You can take any final stretches in the time that you need. And when you're ready, slowly roll into your right side in the fetal position before returning to a cross-legged seat, keeping your eyes closed. Taking our hands to our heart, I'd like to thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you feel calm, grounded, and connected. So with love and gratitude, the light within me bows to the light within each of you. Namaste.